Hello from the National Weather Service Chicago office located in Romeoville. On Tuesday, October 22nd, parts of north central Illinois experienced one of their earliest measurable snowfalls on record. And we're going to talk about what came together to produce this October snowfall. One key ingredient in place was the inherent cold air. Basically, for a week prior, since October 16th, temperatures across the area had been at or, for the most part, below normal. We had had successive cold fronts that basically dragged the cold air down from Canada. Here's a look at the air masses in place on that Tuesday morning. You can see the substantial and expansive cold air. Zooming in here, here's the actual minimum temperatures on Tuesday morning observed around daybreak. Note all the mid-20s in place, including in north central Illinois where this snowfall would occur. If you were up early that morning, you noticed the sky may have been clear, but the clouds moved in very quickly. Basically, they trapped that cold air in place. That made it a little more easy for that snowfall to reach the ground despite the early nature of the snowfall. Here's a look at water vapor, in which we see weather systems via the satellite. The type of weather system this was an Alberta Clipper. Now, Alberta Clippers are weather systems that basically come racing down from western Canada, and here's the path this one took in this imagery here. Alberta Clippers are common in the wintertime, and basically we had a winter pattern. So this one was able to ride the western edge of that cold air, and what Alberta Clippers do is they drag colder air in, but they also produce compact, focused areas of precipitation. Sometimes these precipitation areas can be heavy, and basically we had some heavy rates with this on October 22nd. Looking briefly at some of the meteorology of it, like all weather systems, Alberta Clippers have areas of warm air moving northward ahead of them and cold air moving southward behind it. And Alberta Clippers can have particularly cold air like this one did moving behind it. But this warm air ahead of it is ascending, and basically that leads to moisture ascending, producing condensation in clouds and eventually precipitation. This warm air continuously moving north basically was trying to redevelop a warm front constantly, and meteorologists focus in on that. We call it frontogenesis, and when other ingredients are in place, this can be the foundation for banded, heavier snowfall, and basically that was the case at times on October 22nd. In some areas this only came down as rain, but for portions of LaSalle, Lee counties, this came down as snow. And here's a look at a radar loop late morning through mid-afternoon to show just that. Focus particularly in on this area here centered on Mendota, where 2 inches of snow were estimated. And you'll notice these 35 dBz plus on the radar. That's real high values for all snow in this west-east orientation, basically showing that banded snowfall. And here at the end you can see the enhancement as the activity nears the radar. And what that actually is the radar angle is intercepting the precipitation lower, so it's seeing just how heavy that is. Now, by the time it approached our office here in Romeoville, it was a combination of rain and snow. So just how early was this snowfall? Well, let's take a look at Peru, where we have basically a century worth of weather records. And this was the first measurable snowfall since October 26, 27th of 97, when 3.2 inches were observed there. You may remember this because that was during Game 7 of the World Series. And that was one of the coldest World Series on records between Cleveland Indians and the Florida Marlins. And as you can see from this picture, there's actually snow falling and people bundled up at that game. This was the earliest snowfall in that area since October 19th, 20th in 1989. So basically almost 25 years it had been since a snowfall had been this early. And in fact, this was the second earliest snowfall on record since 1919 for Peru. Thank you for joining us for this little explanation of a real interesting event here, one of the earliest measurable snowfalls for parts of north central Illinois. Continue to follow our website, weather.gov/Chicago, and our social media pages for the latest information on winter weather as we approach the season, including on preparedness, as Winter Weather Awareness Week will be in early November. Thank you.